in terms of the strategy here, one of the things that we get asked about a lot is why can't everybody have a special rule for everything? And the answer is we would never find the rules. Part of the problem with the old system was we missed things because there were so many plans to look in, multiple plans applying to a particular property. Part of the improvement under the IDO is that you can find the rules that apply to a property and apply them correctly. In terms of the threat of development pressure in a particular area, the big strategy is making it easier to develop where it's appropriate and then making sure that there are appropriate transitions between like a neighborhood and a center or a corridor where more intensity is going to be encouraged. So the hierarchy of rules in the IDO are now a little bit better explained, I hope better explained, in section 1.8. So code enforcement, when we first rolled this thing out, we're noticing that we were operating with some rules in the IDO that never really were explicit. So now we've kind of made them explicit, and here's generally what they say. If there is a bundle of rules for a special place that's an overlay zone, whether it's a character protection overlay zone or a historic protection overlay zone or a view protection overlay zone, that prevails over any other rule in the IDO. So overlays are number one priority. The second thing that kicks in are any rules about context. So that's where I might be next to major public open space. The next layer of rules that kick in are the center and corridor rules. These are incentives for development. They're design standards, in other words, a carrot and a stick. Edge buffers, also a stick, that apply kind of next. And then lastly are all the rules that apply based on your zoning. So our system, people sometimes say that our system has made the same rules apply everywhere. And I would just counter that we actually have the same kind of hierarchy of rules that apply as we did in the old system. It's just that they're all in one book where it's kind of explained and in front of you. In terms of tailored protections for those special places, you find them throughout the document in each of these content areas. And to make them a little bit easier to find, we have both the IDO zoning map that I mentioned before, where the buttons track with the sections of the IDO. We also have, I don't know if any of you use it, but indexes at the front of the document. There are two tables that list every small area that has a special rule in the IDO. And the first table has all of those rules in order of the IDO. So if you want to know where in the city are there special rules about gas stations, you can go to light vehicle fueling and it'll list all of the small areas that have some special rule about light vehicle fueling. Table 2 has the same rules but organized alphabetically by small area. So if you get an application in for Borellus and you want to know what are all the things that are unique about Borellus, you can go to table 2 and just go alphabetically to the B's and find Borellus and have an index of everywhere that Borellus is mentioned with a special rule in the IDO. So again, trying to make the rules easier to find so that we can enforce them better and make them more effective.